God couldn't be everywhere, so he made parents. And to respect and honor those parents is the first duty of a child. So welcome back to English class. So today we're gonna learn a story of a young boy named as Taro. And Taro is a thoughtful and hardworking son and who wanted to give all the happiness to his father and his mother. So today we're going to learn the story of Taro, who was a woodcutter. So shall we start? Or if you take your textbook Honeysuckle, page number 29, lesson 3. Lesson 3, Taro's Reward. So shall we start? Okay. A young woodcutter named Taro lived with his mother and father on a lonely hillside. All day long, he chopped wood in the forest. Thought he worked very hard, he earned very little money. This made him very sad, for he was a thoughtful son and wanted to give his old parents everything they needed. So, this is the story of Taro, who was a young woodcutter. So this is a story of Taro, who was living with his parents in a small hut near a hillside, and he was a woodcutter, and every day he used to go to the forest to chop the trees, but he could only earn a little money. He don't get more money. Then he was very sad. By getting this little money, he was really sad because he wanted to give all the happiness to his parents. So with this little money, he can't give. He was not able to give happiness to his parents. So he was really sad. And he was very hardworking. He was very thoughtful son of his parents. And one evening when Taro and his parents were sitting in a corner of their hut, a strong wind began to blow. It whistled through the cracks of the hut and everyone felt cold. Suddenly Taro's father said, "I wish I had a cup of sake. It would warm me and do my old heart good." So one evening, all the family members, that is his parents and Taro, were sitting on the hut. Then there happened a strong wind. Then there came a strong wind, and his parents felt really cold of that because of that wind. Then his father said to Taro that, "I wish to drink some sake." Have you heard that word, sake? S-A-K-E, sake. Sake is a Japanese drink and it's very expensive. Then his father said to Taro that, "I wish to have some sake because I felt really cold because of this wind. Then by drinking that, my old heart will become little warm." Then by hearing that, Taro was really sad. This made Taro sadder than ever, for the heartwarming drink called sake was very expensive. How do I earn more money? He asked himself. How do I get a little sake for my poor old father? He decided to work harder than before. So, by hearing his father's wish, Taro became very much sadder. Again, he became very much sadder because he don't have much money to buy that drink. Why? Yes, that drink is very much expensive. Then he decided to work more harder to earn little more money to buy that sake to his old father. Next morning, Taro jumped out of bed earlier than usual and made his way to the forest. He chopped and cut, and as the sun climbed as soon, he was so warm that he had to take off his jacket. His mouth was dry and his face was wet with sweat. My poor old father, he thought, if only he was as warm as I. And with that, he began to chop even faster, thinking of the extra money he must earn to buy the sake to warm the old man's bond. So, then next morning he wake up early than usual. Then he gone to the forest to chop some wood, and he thought that I should work more harder to buy that sake, that Japanese drink, to my father. Then he started working harder than ever. He chopped many trees and plants and he really got tired. His body was filled with sweat and his mouth started drying. He felt dryness in his mouth. Then at that particular time he thought about the health of his father. Then he decided to cut more plants and trees. He decided to chop more trees for his father. Then suddenly Taro stopped chopping. What was that sound he heard? Could it possibly be rushing water? Then suddenly he heard some sound near that forest. And what was that? It's the sound of flowing water. Taro could not remember ever seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. He was thirsty. The axe dropped out of his hands and he ran in the direction of the sound. Then he thought for a while from where this sound was. And he thought there were no any streams or ponds here. Then Taro ran towards the direction where he heard that sound. Then what did he see? Taro saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock. Kneeling at a place where the water flowed quietly, he cupped a little in his hands and put it to his lips. Was it water or was it sake? He tasted it again and again and always it was the delicious sake instead of cold water. Then he ran towards the direction of that stream. Then he saw a small stream behind that rock. It was flowing. Then he poured some water and he started to taste that water. Then he was really confused. He felt that this is a taste of that sake, that delicious Japanese drink. Then he thought for a while, is this water or that sake? Then he tasted that it again. Then he came to know that it's not water. It's the delicious, tasty sake. It's that Japanese expensive drink. Then he got really surprised. Taro quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. Pitcher, note down the word pitcher. Pitcher means that pot. So he filled his pot, the sake, and he hurriedly went back to his home. The old man was delighted with the sake. After only one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering and did a little dance in the middle of the floor. Then Taro reached his home. Then he gave that pot to his father. Then the father had that Japanese drink. Then after drinking that sake, his shivering got over and he started dancing with happiness. So this is the half portion of the story. Let's continue in the next class. Hope this is clear. Thank you.